host, Ghosty 101, Ghost to be, Ghost TV. For those that know, you know. Anyways, I'm here because uh, lately I've been thinking about something cool, something that I think deserves attention, and I decided to start making videos about it because I feel like I feel like if this continues, this becomes bigger than it is. We are in the midst of seeing history, and that is also that is always super cool to see or be a part of. Um, Growing up, I I've had a lot of ups and downs with WWE. In fact, when WCW was around, and yes, I'm that old. Um, when WCW was around like 2 years before it went to shit, um, everybody was on board with WWF and what everything they were doing over there. Uh, I mean, granted, there was a lot of fans of the NWO. There still are a lot of fans of NWO, and what they did. They're pioneers of what they did. Okay, taking over the business over in WCW and wreaking havoc. But that stable was huge, so much so that their influence went to Japan, and Bullet Club exists now, and they're still going. By the way, if you didn't know, Bullet Club still going strong. Well, I wouldn't say strong. Jay White was the best leader, in my opinion. Well, then again, Finn Balor was also a good leader, and AJ Styles is a good leader. Anyway, this is not about Bullet Club. The whole point is I've been watching for a while, and I've been very fortunate of seeing some historic things in the realm of wrestling, and I'm not ashamed anymore. I'm not ashamed to be a fan of wrestling. Whereas growing up, it was really popular. It was really, really popular back then. I remember the WCW stickers you get from like those gums, the bazooka gums or whatever. I remember the many Slim Jim commercials with Randy Savage. Ooh, yeah! Macho Man Randy Savage. You know what I'm talking about? I remember the toys I've had. Just growing up watching WCW, watching WWE was amazing. I loved it, and no one could take that away from me. Like you can't say anything to me. And then it started to fade away in around my high school, around middle school and high school kind of years. It started to fade away. I was still watching, but at that point it wasn't as cool as it was back then. Um, and for that, it kind of dumbed down the product for me in a sense that I no longer really cared that much. That is until CM Punk started coming in. Um, Daniel Bryan came in, and I've been blessed to see these guys performing. For WWE, and now they're performing elsewhere. But you know what I'm talking about. Just being able to live through all that, I've managed to really enjoy some aspects of what WWE used to be. From the cool era, the DX, another stable that influenced modern stables. From that, going into Evolution. Evolution was amazing. I loved watching Evolution antics. It was great. Uh, they lasted for a while, and then watching that going into Big Four, WWE SmackDown. SmackDown was amazing. CM Punk, the rise of CM Punk over there, yada yada yada, and yeah, it was just super cool to be a fan during those historic moments. And now, as I'm sitting back and everybody's enjoying WWE now even more so because of what's happening around the world. Well, not around the world, around in America with the strikes and whatnot. A lot of people are starting to open up again, show their colors, show their love for professional wrestling, and it was awesome to see. It still is awesome to see. In fact, the fact that people are just enjoying the shit out of it, and now social media is chock full of WWE stuff you can dive into. There's like shows you can see. You can see some of these wrestlers TikTok and just be involved in the community, in the WWE, or not WWE, but the wrestling community. With that said, I would like to thank the main thing that brought me back to just overall wanting to watch this stuff, because before there was a major gap where I was like, nah, I'll keep up with it, but I won't watch it. Fuck that. I'm not gonna watch that. But now I want to watch, and that's solely because of one major storyline, and that is Roman Reigns title reign and the Bloodline storyline. That shit is historic. I don't care what anyone says. 3 years of watching this, phenomenal, phenomenal. Stable was phenomenal. The champion is phenomenal. Just watching this unfold, I just, it's super cool to live through this historic moment. And yeah, I want to be a part of this. And although I did miss some of the beginning of the storyline, I did come back to watch WWE products around Cesaro Reigns time. Around that time is when I started really delving into it and watching and feeling what WWE was doing with Roman Reigns. I was on board, and I'm happy to be a part of it. But now we are in the midst of, ending that ride. That ride is slowly coming to a halt. Everyone can see it, and sooner or later, Roman Reigns will be dethroned. I don't think Jay is going to dethrone him next week at SummerSlam, but eventually, Roman Reigns' empire will come crumbling down. No longer being tribal chief. And that leaves one thing, one more stable, one more storyline, or multiple storylines, that will make history. And that is Judgment Day, as you can see below, right here. Judgment Day. Now, first and foremost, I didn't want to make videos about the bloodline stuff because I just wanted to enjoy it. And I also want to enjoy this ride with Judgment Day, but I also want to make videos about it because there's something special with Judgment Day that I feel needs to be put out there. And there's also a lot of leeway you can have with Judgment Day, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But I just wanted to say, how I am ready to take full on, to take this ride full on and watch everything that is produced by Judgment Day. Now, for those of you that don't know, Judgment Day was formed or debuted on April 3rd, 2022, last year. So they've been together for around a year and a few months now, which is cool. And their creator was none other than Edge. As you can see, Edge right here, down below. Edge was the creator. He was the first leader of Judgment Day. So, obviously, he would need more people around him to begin this stable of his that he pitched to WWE. And they were in the form of Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley. Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley joined up with Edge while Edge was feuding, I believe, with Finn Balor. Finn Balor? Was it Finn Balor or AJ Styles? I don't remember. I think it was both of them. It was both of them. Anyways, yeah. These were the three members. The two original members, Damian Priest, Edge. Edge is the leader. Damian Priest is the Carl Anderson of Judgment Day. And then Rhea Ripley would come in, join later down the road, helping Edge win against, I believe, Finn Balor. I don't remember. But, yeah. So these are they're the mainstay. They're the three pillars of Judgment Day. You cannot have Judgment Day without these three. Or so we thought. In comes later down the road, Finn Balor. But here are my initial thoughts on. Well, these were my initial thoughts on the Judgment Day when I first saw them, and yeah, I was like, okay, so is this supposed to be like a take on the Undertaker's powers or the dark side of wrestling, or revival of like dark mysticism and shit like that with Edge, who we all know was in the Brood in the WWF and has his dark sides. Okay, that was so cool back then. But now we live in an age where it's like we don't really care about this magical shit. Okay, like for example, there was a scene that they pulled off on Raw where they attacked AJ Styles in the locker room. It was Edge and Damian Priest. They just suddenly appeared and they just put the beats on this man. Like they destroyed him in the locker room and then poof, they disappeared. Oh my god. Nobody wants to see that shit. Nobody wants to see that shit. And truth be told, I'm so happy that they moved away from that. And yeah. So that my initial thoughts for Judgment Day were just I don't know how I feel about this group. I'm not really too keen on Rhea Ripley or Damian Priest's work. I didn't watch NXT back then like that. But, yeah, it just didn't work out for me. I didn't really care that much. And that started to fade away the moment I saw something like a twinkle, a glimmer of hope that this group can be something else outside of this magical bullshit. And that was when Finn Balor joined the Judgment Day. Let me put his image up real quick because he deserves to be recognized. Finn motherfucking Balor. Where you at, bruh? Where you at? Oh, here's another. Here he is. Finn Balor. So he joins the Judgment Day. He joins the Judgment Day in place of Edge. So Edge is replaced by Finn Balor, okay? And at this point, I'm interested. WWE, you caught my eye. I was like, what is this? What is happening here? Is Finn Balor actually going to be the leader of Judgment Day? Because if that's going to happen, by this time, I've already seen a lot of his work in New Japan and how he acted as Devitt, okay? So I've seen that. I've seen all of it. It was super fucking cool. So I'm watching this. I'm like, yo, this could actually work. This could actually work. And my thoughts suddenly started to change. I was suddenly wanting to see a lot of these three doing something. They moved away from the magical stuff and they started putting beatdowns on people. Not just random people, though. It was Edge continuously beating down Edge, continuously beating down Dominic and Rey Mysterio. And then anyone else who decided to come in their way. They beat them down. And it wasn't just two members of the Judgment Day. It was all three of them. Rhea Ripley put the beats. She was Donkey Kong the shit out of everybody. She put everybody in their place. And just seeing that, there was a glimpse of like super awesome heel stable. That's what I was starting to get. And I was just like, I was surprised. So my thoughts were flipped upside down, and I started to watch. Eventually, it hit a point where I'm like, bro, this kid. By the way, Dominic joins the Judgment Day. You know what? Let me put his image too, because he's very vital as well. Dominic Mysterio joins the Judgment Day. And he does so by betraying Rey Mysterio, okay? And Edge. And that shit was super freaking awesome. Like, just seeing the kid grow into this super mega heel was phenomenal. So, here's your main core of Judgment Day members, okay? And as I mentioned before, I do have some things to say about... I have a lot of things to say about the Judgment Day. In fact, so much so, I want to do my own fan booking for the Judgment Day and how I want things to go moving forward. I've written a lot of scripts. I've written new members, how they join. I've written storylines. I've written just everything. Everything, all my thoughts about this stable. And yeah, I'm going to be posting that up every now and then on my channel. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. And you guys tell me what you think about my ideas with Judgment Day. Like I said before, Judgment Day seems like it's going to be one of those long-lasting stables that's going to be making history. In fact, they already made history. One of their members already made history. Man's just recently main evented the three shows. Dominic Mysterio as North American champion. He main evented Raw. He main evented NXT. He main evented SmackDown. These guys are on the precipice of becoming beyond great, and it's awesome to watch. I know JD from New York. I'm a big fan, by the way. I love his work. He's hilarious. He's hilarious. He makes a lot of fucking sense. Yeah, I mean, the dude knows what the fuck he's talking about. And there was one thing he kept saying in his podcasts, and that's that we're getting a lot of Judgment Day. And the thing is, I agree with him, but I also want to see more Judgment Day. I need to see more Judgment Day. I feel like they drive the views now because Bloodline is waning. You know what I mean? They're coming down from the roller coaster. They're coming down. So Judgment Day is the main stable, and I feel like, yeah, we're getting a lot of it, but I want to see more. And yeah, I'm sorry. This is how I feel. And I think that's how a lot of people are starting to feel because, as you can tell, we're seeing a lot more of them. But yeah, I will be making more videos. And by the way, this is unscripted. This is just from the top of my head, so forgive me if I stuttered or mess up some words or anything like that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to making these videos, and I hope you guys enjoy and participate in chatting with me in the comment section because honestly, we need to see these all four of these members and future members shine. We need to see how the Judgment Day name can elevate certain wrestlers, okay? Certain superstars. That aside, that's all I got for you guys. This is a little introduction to the incoming series that I'm going to be doing, which is going to revolve around Judgment Day. So if I talk about anything, actually, I'm not going to talk about anything outside of just Judgment Day stuff. And yeah, I hope you guys are ready for this ride. Buckle up and let's fucking go.